Mr. Adam Peters, thank you so much for taking the time to meet with me today. I really appreciate it. It's a project of from my heart and soul, really, that we're giving back to job seekers. And I'm just interviewing beautiful business leaders like yourself who are kind and genuine and give me the time to just give job seekers some tips when it comes to resumes and interviews. But before we dive in, Adam, tell us what your role is at Schooley Mitchell, what you do, and what does Schooley Mitchell do, actually?
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate that, Laura. Thank you. So Schoolie Mitchell is an interesting one. It's a fairly large company, but we fly very much under the radar because we don't have any sort of traditional advertising. But
Okay.
effectively, Schoolie Mitchell, we work with businesses to help reduce their vendor costs. And so
Okay.
anything from telecom to credit card processing,
Oh,
software through waste and fuel and supplies, shipping, such a wide range. And usually it's all the stuff that business owners don't have time to look into themselves. We
right.
take that on ourselves. We negotiate the best rates. We find good savings, and we only ever take a portion of the savings as our own. The rest goes back to the company. So
I see.
that's what we do.
Right.
It's a franchised
Interesting.
company. So my position here is to help coach franchisees during their first year of
Oh,
purchasing a Schooley Mitchell franchise. So I sort of we have a team that works well to help those franchisees succeed in the best way possible.
that's incredible. How large is your team? And where are you located, by the way, Adam?
I'm in Stratford, Ontario. Don't let the
Okay.
English accent fool you here. I'm in Stratford. The company is head office in Stratford, but we have
Okay.
franchisees across North America. So we
Okay.
have over 300 franchisees, and our
Wow.
team is
Oh,
7 or 8 people strong right now. We sort of had a few of us start around the same time, and then we had a previous team that we sort of connected and worked well with. They sort of
right.
integrated into our newer system, and it
Hmm.
seems to be flowing
Hmm.
pretty smoothly.
Amazing. So then, right in Stratford, you guys manage and support all your franchisees, the 300 franchisees across North America, would it be, or around the world?
North America,
North
yeah.
America. Okay, amazing. So how large is your team then at the head office supporting all of these franchisees?
We have it keeps growing. The more we've seen growth, the more we're realizing we need to add to our head office staff, and so
Wow.
we have it's around about 160 to 170 or so. A good number
Wow.
of those are the analysts that work on the direct negotiations.
Oh my gosh. Amazing. That's a lot of hiring.
It is, yes.
Okay, so then we could
I'm,
just jump right in.
yeah.
Okay, that's a lot of active hiring. So when you're receiving a resume, I'm curious to know, where do your eyes land first on a resume? What are you looking for right away?
I try to scan initially just to take
Okay.
a look because I think it's quite obvious these days the more intelligent AI is becoming, it's more difficult to do. But you can see a few simple traits to do with has someone just asked ChatGPT to throw them out a simple resume. And it's something as simple as the way ChatGPT offers 3 adjectives in a row, and it often has them bolded and it has a hyphen in between the second one and the third one. And you just realize that a
Of
few times
course.
these are some of the very basic things that when you're not well versed with ChatGPT, you're like, that sounds great. I'll send that in. I'll just
Yeah.
copy and paste.
Yeah.
They have their own sort of vocabulary that they use and their own
Yes.
verbiages. So that's something which I do quite a lot. One of the things that I really focus on is how long people have been at each position. If somebody's been jumping back and forth from
Mm.
company to company to company to company,
Yeah.
that raises a bit of a red
Yeah.
flag for me,
Of course.
at least to look at the reasons behind it. I know that
Yeah.
certainly sales positions can be quite volatile and they sort of have that sort of quicker turnover, but it's something that is, at the very least, it's something that I'll bring up in an interview.
Of course. Would you not appreciate if somebody well, that's this is the advice I always give candidates, that if you do have a short-lived position, maybe try to write the reason why it was short-lived, because maybe most likely it's not their fault. There was a drop in business, there was a cut, a restructure, um, COVID happened.
Yeah.
So would you appreciate to see the reason, Adam? Would that help you?
It would help as long as it wasn't too detailed, and I don't
Yeah,
need
yeah.
the sub story of a business or anything, which sounds
Right.
pretty blunt. But
Yeah.
yeah, a very brief overview as to why sometimes helps.
Yeah, of course. Oh, very interesting. So when it comes to interviews, I would love to hear if you have a story, good or bad, that helps, that will give job seekers out there some insight, or maybe a lesson of like to do and not to do, anything you'd like to share, any, interview that comes to mind that really marked you? That it was maybe a slam dunk hire, or maybe it was like, oh my God, absolute no way.
Sure thing. Yeah. I think there needs to be the right level of confidence for somebody when you're asking them, you know, in anything, I suppose, just the way they conduct themselves. The thing that immediately jumps to mind is we had a really young guy in here, and I gave him an interview just based on the strength of his tenacity. He sent in a resume. He actually called myself. He called our
He
admin
did.
just to,
Oh,
and I was like, you know what? I appreciate that. I was in
okay.
that position once. Sure, I'll sit down with him. When I had the conversation with him and I asked him the question, okay, we give you this position. Where do you see yourself in 5 years' time? He was
Okay, great
talking about
question.
being a joint owner in the business and being able to buy
Oh,
out the owner. And I'm like,
oh,
whoa, buddy, I'm like
whoa.
18, 20 years old. You can't be talking about, yeah, I want to be sitting in that top seat right now. It's like, oh, that didn't rub me the right way.
Of
And
course
it's a
not.
confidence, and I really respect that, especially in a sales position. But at the same time, you need to have a healthy respect for those in that authority and the time it's taken them to get there. And
I
so that
like the way you put that.
is
Healthy respect. I like that. I like that.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And the other thing I'd speak into that is when you have somebody that whenever I've interviewed in the past, and it's advice that I've been given and I give to other people now, when you're
Mm-hmm.
in an interview and somebody is asking you a range of questions, give your responses from a range of companies that you worked with in the past. If
Okay.
all I talked about, if I sat down in an interview for whatever that might be, and all I talk about is when I was at Schoolie Mitchell, I did this. When I was at Schoolie Mitchell, I experienced that. Okay, but I need to know a slightly broader understanding here to know
Yes.
exactly the expertise that you have based on a far broader spectrum than the one company that you're referring to that you most
What
recently
a
for.
fabulous point. But now, to be fair, you as the interviewer, do you specify, hey, I'd like to know XYZ on a vast range, not just from your former employment? Do you specify? Do you give insight to the interviewee that, listen, go broad on me here?
It's a great point here, Laura. I haven't specified that.
Because
Um,
they're nervous meeting you sometimes, right? There's so much emotion in this meeting for everybody all the time, right? So I'm just wondering, you brought up such a great point, but then are they clear that that's what you want to hear, or do you want to hear because you know why I come from where I'm sitting, a lot of candidates focus so much on the last years, the last 4 or 5 years, and the last employer, and they hopscotch like in the jungle from one, one what's it called? I one swing to the another to the
fine.
next, like Tarzan. But what my point is that they're so worried about what you think and what you should know about their last employment. So sometimes they'll just automatically talk about their last employment. So just wondering if ever you realize that or specify, give me the broader range, please.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I do appreciate that. I take that on board
Okay.
a lot. I try to be quite broad with my, give me an experience of A, B, and C to
Yeah.
at least sort of point them in a slight direction to know where to go. But
Yeah.
yeah, maybe
That's
given.
great.
Mhm.
Oh, insightful. That's really insightful. No, that's great. Because I hear it on both sides. I hear how candidates are so nervous, and especially if they really admire you and the role. And now there's no excuse now with social media. They could look you up, they could already capture your own personal essence and vibe, and then the corporate's vibe. So, um, people are usually very, very nervous. That's really interesting. So, and that is a big faux pas. What happened to you, that interviewee, that's a big faux pas where, you don't say, I want to be a partner in 5 years. I've had those interviews too, where they say, well, I want to be a manager in 2 years. Like, whoa, that's great. There's nothing wrong with that. But I tell candidates, you have to be at the employer's disposal. This is a corporation.
Mhm.
And you got to be at their disposal. It's like you're all knitting together and on a mission to something together. So it can't be about you. It's really a we. So if you come and say, yes, because I want to make, 6 figures, 7 figures, and I want to be the president, we can have that conversation later once I see your talents. But in the meantime, I need this position filled, and I need it filled for a few years,
Yeah,
because we're
yeah,
building something together,
yeah.
So, oh my gosh. Any memorable interviews you had maybe that you said, wow, I'm sure you did because you've got a great team there.
Yeah, it's interesting. We uh hired someone, when was that, back in the summer,
Okay.
and they interviewed well.
Okay.
They were slightly more experienced, I'll say it politely that way. However, that didn't put me off because they were very, very experienced in their sales and in everything they've done up until this point. And it seemed like, and maybe this is a lesson which I can learn here, they seemed the best out of the available candidates that we had. So we offered them the position.
Right.
We did not call through their references.
Oh,
We just thought, yeah, this person seems like they'll
oh,
be good for that position. And we brought them in, and it became fairly clear fairly quickly that they weren't the most coachable. A
oh,
few sort of personal traits, something that it just rubs me the wrong way is when somebody
okay.
cuts me off in the middle of my sentence. I try to be cognizant of that and not talk too much. But when someone is just consistently cutting off, it rubs me the wrong way. I had to be very careful not to allow my personal opinions to sway my professional decisions. But we reached the end of their 3 months and we decided that I'm afraid this just isn't going the right way.
Right.
And let them go before the end of their 3 month probation period. And their response was, it was like they just erupted. They called the owner of the company an a-hole to his face and then pretty much ran away. Like the whole thing was like, oh my goodness.
What a mess.
Obviously, hiring the best of what was available was probably the worst decision because you need a position filled doesn't mean you have to just fill it. You better
No,
start in the process again. We've gone through it now where we have another gentleman started a few weeks ago, seems to be doing great, taking everything on board, is keen to help and implement his own ideas, but at the same time, very
respectful.
as well, respectful. And so that was great. But we made sure that we went through the references. He actually already
Yes.
knows a few people in the business, which helps.
Yes.
And it really highlighted it. We actually sent out a survey recently to some of our franchisees that we coach to see, hey, how are you finding things? How's it going? Sort of 6 months in, where are we at? One of them specifically said the coaching calls early on were terrible. Fortunately, that coach got fired, and now I'm dealing with somebody else, and it's been really
Amazing. You see?
oh, dodged the
Phew.
bullet. But yeah, so I'd
Wow.
say
That's amazing. What a great point you bring up. First of all, I think, your personal opinion, no, it's intertwined. It's not really personal because you're in a work environment. If this was your buddy at the bar and he's interrupting you, you guys can hash it out and say, hey, shut up, dude, whatever. No, so no, it's important, and it's a hunch. It's a hunch that you went, and I think you
yeah,
feel right, and it's the right thing to feel.
absolutely.
Um,
There is a discernment piece to it, but I think that is what came across. I mentioned it a couple of times to him,
you see?
and nothing really changed. And
Well,
so
that's it.
it was a big thing.
Yeah,
But for
yeah.
somebody that's going into an interview, one of the guys we interviewed, and it was unfortunate, we almost ended up with too many good candidates for the second
Oh,
time round.
wow.
But
That's
this
a good
guy,
problem.
he was a very intense listener. And it
Oh,
almost threw me off because he waited until you had stopped talking before he formulated an answer. And I was like, wow, actually, I really respect that.
oh my God.
And so, yeah, somebody who is really keen to listen and absorb the question, don't just jump to an answer because it comes
Exactly.
out. Take a second, think about it, formulate it, and have a very intentional response rather than just answering the first thing that comes to your mind.
Exactly. I love this. This is so insightful. Wow. It's yeah, and it's so unfortunate that that gentleman had to lash out that way because it just turned the world is a small place. People think, "Oh, I don't care. I'm just gonna lash out," but the world is a small, small place, and there's so many times that my own clients will tell me, "Oh yeah, that person. Yes, I know about that person. Actually, I've got a client that sort of knows." And now with LinkedIn, just with
Yeah.
LinkedIn alone, you
It,
see who's connected. It takes 2 seconds for somebody like yourself as an employer to type in the name of this candidate and
yeah.
say, oh, they're connected to my buddy George. Well, you call George up, and it's not fair play because they should give you references, but it is what it is, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's really interesting. I really appreciate this. This is so generous of you, really
No
generous of you.
problem at all.
Really generous of you. Thank you so much. I've taken up enough of your time. So I'm going to stop the recording now,
Mhm.
but don't leave me because I want to properly thank you as well off camera.
I
So,
can offer one last thing. It was a
oh,
real
please
great
do.
nugget,
Yes, please.
fantastic nugget that somebody gave me, and it was when we'd hired this first guy, and it just wasn't quite clicking. I was given the advice that you should hire slowly, fire quickly, because you need to make sure you get the right person. Otherwise, you've wasted everybody's time. You've wasted their time. You're ruining their day. You've wasted your own time because you've gone through this process and now have to start again. Hire slowly, fire quickly, and that.
Amen to that. Absolutely. And if I can add to that nugget, what I always tell my clients as well, if it is possible for both parties, try each other out. It sounds a rough way to say it, but let the person, you pay that person a couple of days' work. If they can, you can sign a non-disclosure, depending on what the role is. Have the person sit in the office. Because you know how many times I've heard, I had one client, we worked so hard to find a great candidate. She was great, came from the sky, came from the heavens, everything was great. She was excited. She started to work for my client and realized on Wednesday she cannot stand their software. She found their software too like archaic. And she
Wow.
says, I'm gonna grow old. Just going, this is too old. I'm more fast-paced. I need a software that will cooperate better with me. And my client says, well, my goodness, I'm not ready yet for that upgrade, you know? So by Thursday morning, she was gone.
Wow.
Yeah, no hard feelings, but she said, I can't. I'll be miserable. And she did a lot of it. She had to do a lot of admin. She was really in their system. So, and I tell them, pay somebody. What does it cost? You know, a couple of $100 a day or more doesn't matter because the cost of a bad hire is it goes through the roof.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
even morale for your colleagues and all that stuff. So anyway, so amazing. Thank you so much, Adam. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
I will highlight your corporation. I will highlight your services and your LinkedIn profile that people can follow you and link up with you on my YouTube channel. And I'm going to actually post snippets of this on LinkedIn.
Brilliant.
One
Looking forward
point.
to seeing it.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Laura.
Thank you. I'm gonna try to stop. There it is, the stop button.